Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the relaunch of Purpose Fridays. We're so glad to be back with you guys on Fridays, our happy hour, right? Our Purpose Happy Hour. We're going to be joining you guys on Fridays, sharing lots of content, what's working now in the nonprofit world, having special guests, thought leaders, our top students from our mastermind around the country, and just for a way to connect with you guys out there in a big way. And most importantly, is to have some fun, right? It's Fridays, we get together. So we're going to get with you guys and we're going to have some fun. So to kick this off, without further ado, you guys all know who she is, but I guess she needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyway. The one, the only, America's #1 nonprofit expert, live with you guys right now. My mom, our inspiration here at the Power Purpose, Sherry Watson.
Woo! I gotta add that in, man. You guys, today, not only having fun, because it's Happy Hour Friday, right? Purpose Friday, but doing State of the Union for the Power Purpose. You guys, it's been a while since we've done the Purpose Fridays. Things have been moving so fast, systems being set up, growth going on. So today we wanted to start out just telling you where the power purpose is and the things that are happening in our lives that are making the impact for our students. You know, our students, Derek, are the ones that ignite and keep our fire lit and keep us going. And so we're going to share a little bit about what our students are doing, things that are happening. You guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. There's never been a better time to be involved in the nonprofit world. I'm telling you, this country is embracing us. We are sharing wealth and transferring it to fund nonprofits, to build communities, to bring solutions. So, you know, we've been saying this last year, we're bringing new solutions to old problems. So from the last time we've met, guys, you know the power of purpose. Our mission is to launch and empower at least 10,000 nonprofits for a more loving and connected world. That's what we've been doing. We have folks all over the country that have built nonprofits that are now serving the world. We have projects in Kenya. We have projects in Iowa doing veterans housing. We have projects in Kentucky doing women's veterans projects. We have projects here in California doing Creative Zone for folks that bring back that creativeness. We have one in South Carolina working with children. Jackie, she's the teacher of the year. Shout out to you, Jackie. And working with kids that we label as, you know, what's that behavior problem, and they're at risk, and she sees the beauty in them. And so her nonprofit, The Empire, to bring those kids to a new level. And working with people coming out of prison. We have projects now that are doing support and helping unite the kids and the families that have been in prison. We have nonprofits that are helping kids can stay connected with their parents who are in prison 500 miles away. We have projects where they've come from Compton, they've come from the Bronx, and they lived a life of low income with no hope, and saw their neighborhoods with their brothers going in and out of prison because they're great entrepreneurs. They know how to make money, just not legal. So going back through our nonprofit, they have nonprofits now. One of the guys with his nonprofit that grew up in Compton, guys, his dad was in and out of prison for 25 years. And so taking that purpose, taking that from going, why me, poor me, and now purpose, and helping other kids that are going through that can bring the supports and services. We are doing sober living projects. We have sober living going on for young entrepreneurs, firefighters, veterans, young folks that are getting off on the wrong path that now have a second chance. We have another project here in California, uh, veterans. She's been a nursing director for the state of California. 4 years ago, her husband was in an accident, paralyzed from the neck down. He's a veteran. And their journey of trying to navigate the system, trying to get resources, trying to get support, they decided to step up and help others that are going through catastrophic things. A mayor in Marlin, Texas, that shut down VA hospital, that they've come together, formed a nonprofit, and they're going to be able to serve hundreds of veterans through transitional living. You guys, it goes on and on. We have some renewable energy projects that are going forward to bring new ways to our country. So, boy, Derek, I'm just blown away by the people that have come into our lives, the people that have stepped forward, the people that I'm on the phone with every day on the front line that are saying, you know, I've had this vision for 20 years. I've had this vision for 10 years. I wanted to do this for 10 years, and I've been working a job I can't stand. I work 5 days a week and live for the weekend. There's more to life than that. Life's a gift, and we are given a gift by being able to work with all of you. So as we've seen people come forward with their purpose, as I talked to a gentleman last month who his daughter in Texas was one of the top in the Sheriff's Academy. That was her life's mission, to be a sheriff. And about a year and a half ago, she was killed by a drunk driver. And so for him to not internalize and go into that depression and why me, he's decided to step forward and to set up that nonprofit that honors her legacy, that brings support to helping other families that are going through that kind of journey. And when we were able to pull all these folks together, you guys, everything I'm talking about, people have stepped forward. And you see, it's about youth, it's about seniors. We have a project in New Jersey, Stephen Nicole. They have the Institute on Dignity and Grace, bringing forth so much love and support and services for our seniors who have built this world and brought us to where we are now. And so if it's seniors or youth, veterans, people with disabilities, we have a project in Florida that's working with kids with disabilities. Whether it's building homes in Africa for widows and orphans, bringing water to different parts of the world. We have projects going in every direction, bringing new solutions to old problems. One of our visions for the Power of Purpose, the big vision was we set that mission to launch and empower at least 10,000 nonprofits, and then we build movements. It's all about building our tribes, bringing our communities together, power in numbers. I come from the disability community. I'm so proud of our track record, of our success, of building the Americans with Disabilities Act, of changing the world where we became equal participants, not a welfare group. And that's what I'm seeing happen all over. People coming out of prison, people that are veterans that have been homeless, the youth that are lost right now. All of that coming together to bring all of you guys together now to build that movement like we did. And that's what we did in disability. We have nonprofits in Texas and Florida and New Mexico and Massachusetts. We started with one nonprofit and ended up with over 800 throughout this country. And we all worked together. We had a common mission to free our people. And so now we're seeing that with all these nonprofits all over the country. They're serving the world. So Derek, from the last time we got together, and you guys have heard some of our students, and we were doing charitable giving of real estate, and we were sharing some of this success. this last year, we have been so focused and we've been so just intent on building the movement. So since we've met, we launched a mastermind, amazing synergy. I've never felt that, Derek. I've never felt that kind of a bond. We met in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We started pulling the groups together. We're the Purpose Pioneers. And if you go back and look on a video on FaceTime Live on the Power Purpose fan page, you guys, you're going to get to meet and hear the different nonprofits and what their mission is and what they're about. And that's the forming the beginning of a movement. Derek, amazing what has happened in the last year. Now, bringing that mastermind together, the focus is on charitable giving of real estate. So Derek, that it's been a whirlwind the last year, building the systems. Share a little bit now where we are with bringing real estate revenue into the nonprofits so they can make even more impact and grow their mission bigger.
Oh, well, thank you. So if you guys recall, last time we were together was last year in 2016. We became just exceptionally busy with our real estate program, because part of our big niche with our program here at the Power of Purpose is to teach nonprofits how to accept real estate in the form of revenue for their fundraising efforts, right? We have been, practicing that for nearly a decade. Many of you know that we launched this incredible system, the Power Free Real Estate, a few years ago. A little time after that, about a year and a half ago, we put together a small little circle of less than 10 nonprofits across the country to bring in this concept and utilize this system, right, as a way to grow their nonprofits for all missions. Okay, the reason we do that in a big way to help fundraise for nonprofits, but for us, one of our big missions, right? We have a big overarching broad mission, but one of our smaller kind of missions as a part of that is to really fundamentally transform how nonprofits can raise money utilizing real estate. If you followed us, you know that it's so incredibly underutilized as a resource for funding. Okay, we had nearly $500 billion in charitable giving last year, almost $500 billion. Only about 2% of that came from real estate, despite real estate comprising nearly half of our capital wealth, right? That's huge. Nearly half of our capital wealth in this country is in real estate, right? It only accounts for about 2% of charitable giving, even though it's double stocks, bonds, all that together in the form of that giving. And here's real estate. And nonprofits they have this either lack of expertise, this apprehensiveness about taking on real estate. We go in full force, you guys. So about the last year, this real estate program has now turned into where our students in this program have now generated over $20 million worth of real estate in the form of donations. Huge for just a small little circle, less than 10, right? Our mastermind is 3 times that number now. So you can imagine what's going to be coming very soon. It's already happening. That then has led to the last few months. If you've been following us on social media, right, and kind of our happenings on our webinars, been flying out to New York City, meeting with Wall Street firms and capital investment groups to raise funds, because we have launched a fund. We have launched a fund to work in conjunction, synergistically, with our real estate donation program. So now we have access to capital, right? So we can get these properties sold quickly, generate cash for our nonprofits very quickly, and we can accommodate volume, right? We had a certain budget we worked with. We had investor groups, an investment fund, outside of our own, that would help us with the disposition of this real estate, to help sell it, to generate cash for nonprofits, for our nonprofits to utilize the real estate. But now, with what we're raising, it's just, we can't even describe to you guys what's really happened the past few months. We're going out to New York City, raising capital, bringing in an amazing team, a fund manager, a fund management team, We have an advisory board, includes Chase Magnuson on board with us, who's the foremost expert, who's mentored me, to work in conjunction with this program. And now we have our nonprofits who have access to this system. So our mastermind students can plug right in. We have call centers, mail delivery, mail marketing campaign strategies, round table, optimizing everything, really making it automated turnkey. And now we have a fund of access of more capital than we need, right, to come in and buy these properties up fast and generate cash for our nonprofits quickly. They can go out there and build a big diversified funding plan as part of their nonprofit. Real estate's a big component, but we've systemized it where it's completely automated for them. They don't have to worry about the details or trying to learn this or hire people. They have all that built in with us. It's just so truly unique. It's groundbreaking. We call ourselves Purpose Pioneers because we are trailblazing the frontier of social enterprise. What we've been doing has never been done before, and it's working with just such tremendous success. Part of our relaunch, because so much is happening, I want you guys to see that. I want to show you guys what's just happened, just as a little snapshot, what's happened within the last week, even within the last 72 hours, just to give you guys a snapshot of what's happening every single day now with this program and our mastermind students. And again, we talk about being very content heavy on these Fridays to give you guys a lot of information and show you what we're doing, how you can implement that, how you can get involved with us. So let's dive into this, and I want to show you this, just a snapshot of the last week, okay? This is a property we just closed, all right, last few days, worth just under $100,000, nice two-story property in a downtown area, free and clear. So here's a property that has no mortgage, no encumbrance, free and clear. The donors in a philanthropic endeavor and also for the part of bringing them a solution. This was vacant. They had no use for it. You can imagine all of the maintenance costs and taxes they're paying on it. Now they have that off their books, plus they're getting a great full market value tax deduction on it. We're going to sell this property for cash quickly, right? And transfer the proceeds of the cash to our nonprofit in our mastermind. Okay? This was one from just this week, just a couple days ago. Okay? Let me come back to this one because I want to show you guys this one first. A little granulated. Sorry, I tried to snap a shot online from Google Street View. Here's the cool story about it. This one was just yesterday. Just yesterday. Okay, donated over to our nonprofit who serves veterans. They're going to be utilizing this to provide housing for veterans. Same thing. Here's a property. In this case, the donor, high turnover, very management intensive with those tenants, right? A lot of damage done to the properties, very burned out landlord, absentee landlord that owned this property. Brought them a solution. Here's why that's cool. You see this property over here to the left? This is one that we had donated free and clear last year. Okay, we just had a ribbon cutting a few weeks ago on this one because we brought in a lot of pro bono services, donated equipment, supplies, materials. Had a ribbon cutting, had Lieutenant Governor there, had Senator Roy Blunt there from Missouri, right? Amazing. Now housing 4 veterans who were previously homeless. Guess what? This property is right next door. So now we have another property added, same thing. It's going to be providing housing to veterans. We're going to repeat the same process. We have a pretty big grand vision. Our mastermind student is thinking very big. We're going to go down the block. We're going to go down the street. We're going to go across the street, approach the owners. We want to create like a whole veterans district in this part of this downtown area where veterans they've kind of gathered in these areas in downtown under bridges and cars and shelters. Guess what? Now they have these beautiful houses to transition into, get back on their feet, transition them back in with employment opportunities, right? Get them back on their feet, provide them shelter, get them tapped into their services. Right? So right here, using these strategies that are previously unknown that most nonprofits would overwhelmingly reject, even those who maybe deal in veterans housing wouldn't touch this. And now we have 2 houses side by side that can accommodate 8 to 10 veterans right now. Right? Amazing. And this is a great one. Again, just in the last week, okay, you guys? This was in the same area for the same nonprofit. They got this property. We also facilitated this one for them, just again, a week snapshot, okay? This is a former senior care nursing home facility, 64 units. It's actually in great condition. All right, we're gonna do some renovation to it to accommodate veterans. $1.5 million property, okay? Not just donated free and clear. Our nonprofit, we walked away with the closing table with this property, keys free and clear. On top of that, our nonprofit actually walked away with a check for $24,000 on top of that property. How many of you out there as nonprofits, a $1.5 million gift, okay, this can in turn could be sold for cash, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay? But we're gonna be using this to provide veterans housing, bring services in, and on top of that, here's a $24,000 check from the closing table to take with you to the nonprofit. And we're providing a solution. We're bringing in a solution where this owner, this donor, as a corporation, as a company, right, is a non-performing asset, sat vacant for years. Same thing, all those maintenance costs, upkeep, all those taxes, very large commercial property, right? Probably hurting their bottom line quite a bit, right? Now we're bringing them a solution where as a company, they can write up to 10% of their net profits. A $1.5 million gift is pretty good for their bottom line, right? And all of that money that they were previously kind of hemorrhaging just to hold on to this non-performing asset has now been absolved, right? Great win-win-win, you guys. And of course, the big end, the end users, we're going to have a place for veterans to stay, Veterans Resource Center, 64 beds for them. And our nonprofit's going to be building revenue streams from this almost immediately.
Derek, I wanted to pitch in here, you guys. When I talked about at the beginning our State of the Union and where we are in this country, in this world, about nonprofits has never been a better time. What Derek's sharing with you, Mr. Chase Magnuson has shared over 10 years with us. He spent 20-some years on this, with us knowing that this is the way we're going to be able to transfer wealth in this country to, like Derek said, help the donors, help the community, help the donors leave a legacy. And you guys, when I say it's never been a better time, we did a training with Inc. Magazine. Inc. Magazine asked us to do a training for the entrepreneurs to show the power of the 501c3 corporation, to build their businesses, the Silicon Valleys, the Trader Joe's president, the Whole Foods president. They're all building nonprofits to bring great things to our communities. So I want you to really listen to what, really want to re-emphasize what Derek's saying on the real estate. This last year, building this system where Tim, the first house he got donated, the one that was the ribbon cutting, he called us after he walked out, and Derek, the system had the forms and all that. He walked out in 20 minutes and he said, whoa, I've got a house, a title, free and clear, and that was easier than applying for a credit card, okay? And then when a year later, when he's got several properties donated, there has been such an outpouring. It's not just the real estate. We're giving people a pathway to make a difference. We live in the greatest place in the world. People want to make a difference. They just don't know how. When you've stepped up to lead a nonprofit, and Tim gets the kind of media and newspaper and TV, he got new cabinets by the best cabinet maker, got a new roof donated by the best roof. It's beautiful. And so now so much has been donated. He's opening a store led by veterans because they've got storage sheds full of furniture and clothes and this and that. They got a van donated. They're now doing a transportation program. Do you see how one little vision, taking action, stepping forward and saying, I'm doing it, where he has millions of dollars of real estate now through his nonprofit? I want you to hear this. because real estate, man, it's buzzing again, and we've got all these big trainers all over the country and on real estate, wholesaling, flipping, doing this. So our student went to a mastermind with the big for-profit, one of the biggest gurus in the country teaching real estate. And so all the mastermind folks presented and, the deals they're doing. Well, he got up and he talked about the ribbon cutting and the mayor and the state legislators and everything and all the things that the house, beautiful, everything donated. And then he talked about $1.5 million property donated, where he walked out with a $24,000 check, and they're all going, why are we even talking? How are you doing this? And we had dinner with him. Me, Natty, Brandon, he was here in San Diego, flew in. So we went to dinner that night. And he said they were just like flabbergasted. How are you doing this? And he said, oh, I'm doing all this through my nonprofit. When we share the power of the nonprofit corporations, those of you that are doing real estate, those of you that are realtors, those of you that are looking to take that next step to finally live your purpose, live your passion, the system is there. It's happening. And when one of our students says he mailed 600 letters on his for-profit business to get some real estate, not one call. He mailed, 200, Derek, I think, from his nonprofit, and he got several calls and ended up with a donation. So the timing is now. And Derek, what I wanted to do real fast, I saw we have a lot of students on from the mastermind. And I want to do a shout out. Brenda, woohoo! This is how we all bonded, you guys. Man, we're connected, and our nonprofit's going to be working with each other. And those that are bringing health and wellness are going to be partnering with the veterans programs, and their nonprofit will provide that. Brenda is doing an amazing nonprofit, Accessible Acres. She's going to be out there bringing communities together, working with folks with disabilities. And then I saw Marianne on here. Marianne's in Chicago. You guys were so cool. Marianne, I'm giving you a shout out. I was so proud when you were talking about your board of directors. She's working with people that are homeless, bringing them into housing. She goes into the bridges. She talks to folks. You know how so many times someone's there on the street and they're asking for money and you turn your head the other way, or people walk by like they're invisible. Man, she's going and connecting with them. She's finding out what their needs are, how we can help, how we can bring them in. And she's got a gentleman who was homeless for many, many years, living under the bridge. He's on her board of directors. So you guys, bringing solutions forward, you've got to have the people you're serving in the forefront to have their voices be bringing the solutions. I saw Pete, yeah, Pete's doing a huge mailing in Florida. And Derek and I met with our call center a couple of days ago, Pete. Amazing results going from that letter campaign, the calls she's getting, the folks she's talking to, the relationships she's building. Ken Shaw, Ken, you sent a representative. They're in Santa Fe. It's so awesome to see you on here. Marianne, I love seeing you on here. Who else do you see?
Oh, well, we actually have a celebrity joining us.
Who?
Well, from our mastermind, Tuan Pham from Las Vegas.
Woo, Tuan!
I was there just a couple of weeks ago, and he was filming a TV show as a great nonprofit he's putting together out there. Good to see you, Tuan. And we got some stuff working on a property right now. I'm actually going to be reaching out this afternoon on something, so heads up for that. But it's great to see. Again, you guys can see how we've grown with the mastermind and people that are coming together. And what really says that on the mastermind, right, is that we with our previous small little group and now this larger one, is we're pushing them, right? We're pushing them to expand and do a lot of these things that haven't been done before, and to, they're believing in us, they're trusting us, we're doing amazing things. But you know what about this group too? They push right back. They push us too to continue to develop, innovate, explore. A lot of this that you're seeing with the real estate program, things that we're doing online, we'll talk about in a minute, really comes from them, and just forcing us to continue to innovate, optimize, make things better. And you can imagine now, as nonprofits, the access they have to us, to the group together. This group is an amazing just wealth bank, just a bank of wealth and knowledge. But now on all of these systems on the real estate side, with being fully automated, right? Call center facilitations that we do, and also being able to plug into a multi-million-dollar fund we're putting together, so we can access that capital to get their real estate projects up and going, to turn them into cash, get them growing fast. You guys, some of these deals we literally put together, it's a matter of days or a few weeks. It's not like you think about like, oh, we got to put under contracts in 90 days and so on, right? Some of these on the straight donation side, we're putting them together. We can get them done in just a matter of weeks, sometimes quicker. So we want you guys to really see that and show you the type of people that have come to us in our mastermind. They're amazing, and they're all over the world. We're not just like-minded, but we're also heart-minded. It's just amazing synergy that we have, and we want you guys to really pay attention, because on these Purpose Fridays, we talk about special guests, right? You're going to be hearing we want you to join us on Fridays. You're going to be hearing from our top mastermind students. We're going to bring them on, and we're going to be basically interviewing them. They're going to be sharing what they're doing, a lot of knowledge and a lot of ideas on what they're doing all around the country. We want you guys to join us and stay connected so you can hear from them and just the incredible things that they're doing. A lot of them will even tell you they're amazing entrepreneurs, very savvy in the business community, in their local community. Some of them may or may not have a lot of knowledge in nonprofit, but they just take that same mindset, right? Entrepreneurial, business savvy, and the same thing, just deploy that with a nonprofit, right? We are businesses, we're corporations. And they just apply that same mindset, apply the same things that we're teaching them, the resources we provide. And it's, like I said, we're here in a capacity to work with them, but just to sit back and watch sometimes, just sit back and watch it. There's no words, you guys. It's amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing.
And Derek, you know what's so cool for a lot of you on here? I was looking at a lot of the lists. And first of all, Gail and Tim, we're at the mastermind. Gail, they're doing amazing. They're the one who's doing Can-Do Spirit. Gail, I just saw your message where you're in ER with Tim. So I'm going to do a shout out to you, and then I'll follow up with you afterwards. But for those of you that haven't taken that step forward, don't know the nonprofit world, we kept hearing over and over, and now that I'm every day meeting with folks every day, the theme I keep hearing is, whoa, this isn't near complicated like I thought. Are you kidding? One page? I can file for my articles of incorporation, one page? Yeah. And you can get it back in a week? Yeah. And we're going to be an official nonprofit corporation. Get our EI number, set up our bank account. That's how easy it is. $30. Oh, it's not $800 every year for an LLC in California. No, that's a one-time fee. We'll set up your nonprofit, and your nonprofit can have multiple programs. You can do employment. You can do. We have a group in Atlanta, in Gwinnett County. Cindy, I'm due shout out. Cindy is doing the most amazing nonprofit called Higher Living, working with women, getting them back in and giving them supports and resources. And so she can do employment, she can do transportation, she can do peer support, she can do childcare, you can grow your nonprofit according to the needs of the people you're serving, and one corporation can handle all that instead of separate LLCs. So I keep hearing from folks that are business leaders and entrepreneurs extraordinaire, they're blown away by the systems we build, by how easy a nonprofit is working on your business, not in your business, because it's all about building systems. So, Derek, it's been so much fun working with folks and getting rid of that noise, getting rid of those myths out there, getting rid of all the naysayers, or even the families and friends that are like, what are you doing? And they're watching, wow, I want to do that. Because, and you know what was neat? I was talking to Kendra yesterday. She's doing the coolest nonprofit for kids, for youth. And what she told me yesterday was so powerful. I want all of you guys to hear. Before, she was kind of like, oh, what all do I need to do? How am I going to get the money? I'm still working my other job. And now she said, I've completely let go of that, and I'm enjoying the journey. I see how easy this is. She said, I went to lunch with some coworkers and get my program summary, all the things that we teach on the 6 steps, going through the whole set up the nonprofit, build your marketing. And so she shared what she's doing, and it came from her heart. She had passion. And by the time she was done, one lady said, I donate every year, have a trust that I donate from. I'd love to start monthly donating to your nonprofit. And she was like, whoa, that was easy. And then she talked about, and I also accept real estate. And there was another lady that said, I inherited some property from my siblings, and it's in, I think, Indiana or somewhere. And none of us can even ever go there. That's not where we're from. And so we just pay taxes on it and don't know what to do. Could we donate it? It'd be a blessing for us. Just the conversation, like I said, creating that pathway so that others can be a part of giving. Others can be a part of bringing solutions. Others can be a part of leaving a legacy. One of the things Derek and I go into, especially Derek going to New York and meeting on the 60th floor in the Chrysler building, and a boardroom full of mainly guys that sitting there with saying, oh, we'd love to invest, but we can't do less than 250 million. And so they're big thinkers. They have big projects. And for them to say things like, this is bigger than Airbnb, this is bigger than Uber, if executed properly. They're seeing the vision and where we can go with this. And so all of that combined with the most amazing folks I've ever had been brought into our lives. You look at this list of people, Derek, you think about the gathering in Albuquerque. Not only is it our students, people are coming into our lives that have been a part of our lives, like Skip Thomas. Skip is an amazing, purpose-driven, heart-filled filmmaker, producer, amazing. He's from Arkansas, sister state senator. He's best friends with Mike Huckabee. He's gotten every film festival award you can imagine. Many, many years ago, he left a very profitable, fruitful, looked like he had everything. He walked away from it and said, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? He went back to his roots, and he now came and filmed the whole event, and he brought Gail, who leads the tourism department, which is a nonprofit in Arkansas, and to bring resources through real estate. That for them to be a part of our lives, for Skip to say, I'm going to document this as history making, not just to film it, it's about documenting it. And for Derek to get it, spend time when he was in New York City meeting with all these big funds and everything, to go to lunch and thinking he was just going to get to see Gary Vee's office, Vandercheck, media, you guys. Our group, our teams have followed Gary Vee forever. Gary Vee's like the guru, right, of any marketing. He's our gurus. He's our mentor's guru. And Derek's going to go and, just go and check out the office because one of his colleagues, David, his daughter works there. Derek walks in. They have Gary Vee's office set up, and they bring the whole executive team in and spend an hour and a half wanting to be a part of the launch, wanting to be a part of taking this all the way. You guys, those are the kind of things that are happening in the Power of Purpose Live. And it's so that we can bring all that to you guys. One of our great, great friends, I'm telling you, everybody surrounding us is amazing. And it's no coincidence they're showing up in our lives. Mike is a bank president for 25 years, been in the financial world. About 8 years ago, Derek and I met him at a San Diego meeting, and we worked on getting property to the nonprofits when all the foreclosure tsunami was going on. And so we knew we wanted to work together. He's someone I'd want to spend the rest of my life with, building things. So about once a year, we'll get together and we kind of dance, Derek and I on different things. He brought us the Banking Association and had us go meet with them, talking about notes and bringing that into charitable giving of real estate. So, we've kind of been, and he saw some posts Derek did on Facebook. Haven't talked to him for over a year. And he contacted us immediately and said, I got to tell you what I'm doing, what I'm a part of, and how we can help your nonprofits. They're doing telemedicine around the country. And they have people like John McCain, 2 generals on their board. It's the real deal. And they're going in, they're setting up a center in Phoenix with hundreds of places for veterans. And they're bringing in the telemedicine. And they're bringing in a local PA that'll come in the day they're in, you guys, whether it's sober living, whether it's foster kids transitioning out, whether it's veterans. They're bringing in the health and wellness piece. Once we get them into a place, to make sure they have the full workup. And then they have a PA with them. And then they have 24/7 where they can get on the computer and they can really be counseled by people with expertise. The part that's beautiful about that, they've created a revenue stream for our nonprofits. So once they come in, they don't just take all the profits. They want to share it to help the nonprofit build. So guess what? 2 days before our live event in Albuquerque with our mastermind Purpose Pioneers, he decided it's time to come and be a bigger part. So he came to Albuquerque and now is working with our nonprofits to implement this critical piece that our nonprofits don't have expertise on, and then build a revenue stream on top of that. Derek, it's such a blessing to have all these people. Lane McGee. Lane is amazing, you guys. Lane is one of the most brilliant. I put him with Chase. Brilliant, heart-centered, purpose-driven, with the credibility and credentials that we could have had a headhunter get us, And they're now part of our lives. They're part of building the Power of Purpose, the fund. We have a placeholder now calling it Purpose Capital. How cool is that,
Mm-hmm.
And being able to, Derek, I want to do a shout out to you. You guys, for Derek to be our voice, for Derek to go be able to plant the seeds with people with wealth, people in New York City that are managing billions of dollars in funds, and for them to sit back and go, what is my legacy? Yeah, I have lots of stuff, and I've complicated my life. That's the kind of things Derek and I are hearing from billionaires. So you guys together, all of us, we're bringing that forward for people to really think about what's their legacy, what's their purpose, how can they help? And every one of you, Rose, Marianne, Pete, Brenda, all of you guys, you've taken that step. You're the purpose pioneers that are planting so many seeds around this country. So, Derek, thank you for staying focused this last year. Thank you for that $20 million, 20-some million dollars of real estate that was done last year that gave the social proof with the systems being built, with the software, with the call center, with letters going out all over the country. When I was on the mastermind Tuesday, you guys, and usually I just eavesdrop, Derek surprised me and brought me on screen, and I didn't cut my hair, and I was like, ooh. I love eavesdropping, but I've never heard a mastermind like that, Derek, for 10 years, where you were going, okay, there's 2 contract donations here. We got another one working on with you, Pete. We got this. Amazing. So I want all of you guys that are with us right now, let go of that fear and about, oh, I don't know, I'm working so hard, I don't know about a nonprofit. Go to nonprofitwebclass.com. If you haven't taken that first step, go. We do a free training on the 6 steps, and you see our students walking the walk. You see Tim, you see Phyllis, you see Marianne, you see all of them are taking that and moving forward. Derek, I haven't felt this kind of energy. The coincidences happen that we know aren't happening since my early days of my accident, when all the doors kept opening, and and look what we did. Look at the opportunity now. When Chase calls us and Google has a $14 million building they want to donate that he's in San Francisco with, it's spreading throughout the country. And the Purpose Pioneers, led with Derek Watson, with the support of the Power Purpose team, there are no limits. And so come and join us. Go to nonprofitwebcast.com first. Learn about the nonprofit and what a beautiful entity it is. Not only can you make a lot of money, and I'm telling you, we don't teach bake sale charity. We teach you how to build profitable nonprofit corporations. The more profit you make, the more impact you make. You take care of your team. You have a paid staff. You pay benefits. You pay insurance. Guys, this is how we built our movement. And so that's what we're teaching now, is how to make a lot of profit, how to build that diversified revenue stream so that we can really change the face of the problems in this country. So, Derek, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for guiding us. And I really, really want to do a special shout out and thanks to all of our Purpose Pioneers that joined us in Albuquerque, that are with us today. You're what lights our fire. You're what keeps our fire going. I just wanted to share that, Derek.
They're the reason why we do what we do. Yeah. And of course, just so much acknowledgement and thanks to you. It's glad to be back on Purpose Fridays, for all of you to connect with us, and especially Mom here, Sherry Watson, right? There's an insider secret I'm gonna let you guys know on, okay?
Hey.
All of our Purpose Pioneers, she talks about the system, right? And how quickly we talk about the nonprofit, the ease of being people literally incorporated, exempt status, right? The designation of 501c3, all that stuff, Avaris, done in a matter of weeks now, you guys. My mastermind student Richard just got his a couple of days ago. It took him 11 days, almost a record. Almost, the record's at 7. But just that's amazing compared to the for-profit world, right? Well, when we talk about systems and why we're having so much success, right? The expert on screen right next to me, it's her system that she's built over the last 30 years. And guess what? She's even recognizes this title. It's her self-anointed title of being the queen of copy and paste, right? We have our students just replicate the system she's built the last 30 years. And then we now have these advanced strategies that we tie in now. And then boom, this is what's happening. So this is why we want you guys to continue to follow us, get involved with us, check us out online, right? Look what our mastermind students are doing, because that is the foundation right there. Same systemized approach, you guys, but now we just have so many incredible strategies. And we're really, in my mind, it's been our goal for quite some time with the Power of Purpose. And I hope you can kind of see that, how it's starting to coalesce, right? We're bringing in, obviously, the nonprofit with us, but bringing in the business world, the investment financial world, the real estate world, right? The corporate world, all bringing in together, you guys. And like you said, with the opportunity right now, with more and more in the corporate world getting involved with a nonprofit, right? And cause marketing, corporate sponsorship, right? It's a business strategy now, you guys. The real estate, we're blowing that up. You pay attention to us and our mastermind students, because that is changing very quickly. We're going to shift that whole paradigm. That's changing. The internet world, one thing we're talking about now, we talk about with our Purpose Pioneers and our mastermind. Facebook, a lot of these groups now on crowdfunding and online fundraising, venture capital, right, is so big. Crowdfunding is now surpassed, and online fundraising is now surpassed venture capital. $36 billion, right? And then about a third of that is dedicated to social causes with nonprofits. And we've been waiting for a year because they've been working on it, and they just launched it literally right before our last meeting in Albuquerque with our mastermind. Is Facebook now has a big online fundraising app for nonprofits. That is huge, you guys. If you ever know what Periscope was a couple years when that came out, well, guess what? Facebook did Facebook Live. You don't hear about Periscope anymore, right? Snapchat, the fun thing where you do selfies, right? Huge, $40 billion company. And guess what? Facebook got involved, right? Snapchat shares plummeting. Now they have gone into the nonprofit, easy, simple. You can do it from your phone now on raising funds for a nonprofit, being a nonprofit yourself to raise funds. That's happening. And we're getting connected really big in the online world with our Purpose Pioneers. We have us being invited to global philanthropy summits with the United Nations. Mom here going to the Office Depot, the big company, their foundation, a women's symposium, the keynote, to talk to people about nonprofit, right? And how we can change these systems, but it brings everything together. Government agencies, the corporate world, business, finance, capital, real estate, right? All through this hub of nonprofit with us, the Power of Purpose. So we want you guys to continue to join. We're going to be sharing so much of this on Fridays. We want you guys to really be a part of it. We'd love to hear, have you guys hear from our Purpose Pioneers, our master, literally some of them who've just set up nonprofits. We talk about real estate. The biggest nonprofits won't touch it. The biggest nonprofits you can think of who have $500 million annual revenue won't touch it. We're talking now with Fidelity Charitable, the largest donor advised fund, now an $8 billion donor advised fund. Guess what? Three pieces of real estate in all of its existence, $8 billion. That's it. They're not even doing it. Okay. We're going in full force, you guys. And it's just amazing. It's just so incredible. And have all of our students across the country now, real estate funds, investors, everybody gets it and everybody wins, you guys. That's how the biggest thing when I'm going to start showing you these case studies on these Fridays on occasion where we bring on our top mastermind students. It's a win for the donor, as I showed for you, win for the donor, a big win for the nonprofit, a big win for real estate professionals, right? Realtors, title agents, right? Because they're getting more business they otherwise didn't have. And of course, the biggest win of all is for the end users, the people or causes that our nonprofits are serving. They're going to be the biggest winners of all, because we have a whole new creative fundraising strategy that nobody else is doing to help them grow and have a bigger impact. So we want you guys to really, as we're closing here, wrapping up our Purpose Happy Hour, to just follow us. Get it, if you're on Facebook, The Power of Purpose, go to our page, follow us on Facebook, go to our YouTube channel, check out our web class. A couple of questions have come in from Loretta from New Orleans. Hi, Loretta, how are you? And yes, on the last part of it, it's just for some, again, extra content. We're going to give you guys a lot of content, right? We want you guys to go to nonprofitwebclass.com/mastermind. nonprofitwebclass.com/mastermind.
And I put that, you guys were asking for the link. So the nonprofit web class I put in just to learn about the nonprofit and set up the 6 steps. And then nonprofitwebclass.com/mastermind to learn more about the real estate revenue and the mastermind.
Absolutely.
And some of you guys are asking the cost and getting involved and everything. Best thing to do, we have a lot of different programs. We work with what works with you. So the best thing to do is call our office and set up a time with our purpose consultants. So our number is 505-217-9333. And I'll put that on the top, but the number again is 505-217-9333. And Bill, you put a note in there about involved with the crowdfunding company. That's awesome. When you see what Facebook has done on the fundraising page, because we've done a lot of crowdfunding projects and done well with them, but there's a lot involved, with this crowdfunding company, the Facebook fundraising. And that's another thing that's so powerful about the State of the Union, where we've been the last year. Guys, we're getting out there in a big way. Derek mentioned, I got to be the keynote at the Office Depot Foundation. Tremendous speakers, so many great speakers. And there were hundreds of women there, a few men. So it was awesome. And we have a student in Florida that I invited to come with me, and we sat at the VIP table. She got to be with Mary Wong, who's amazing. Mary's amazing. And Marla Q. I hadn't seen her in years. She came to one of our training years ago, and she came running up, and what she's doing now, random acts of kindness, is amazing. And then Lisa came running up to me, and she goes, guess what? I heard you on a webinar. I went to Nonprofit Web Class. I got involved, and we have our nonprofit already set up. And my friend from NYU, who's a professor in the Film Institute, we're doing it together because we grew up together. Can you imagine? So I got to be with that kind of energy. But the student I brought with us is Linda is amazing. But she got a house donated before she even had her 501c3. Her nonprofit was a few weeks old, and she made $130,000 within the first few weeks for a nonprofit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know of many for-profit businesses that can generate that kind of cash right up front to start leading you into your business.
One piece of real estate, her first piece of real estate, within a few weeks to get a nonprofit set up, with joining us, and she's off to the races. We also have a new record, you guys. We had people that are currently in the process of setting up their nonprofits, getting real estate donated. We have people in our mastermind students that are getting real estate donated before their nonprofit's even set up, while they're working on it, okay? Because we have the resources and the strategies to hold on to that real estate when it's set up and ready to go, transfer funds after sale, the whole bit, you guys. So there's just no excuse, right? No excuse. You can go out there. You can be doing this right now, okay?
And Bill, did you see Bill's comment, Derek? Bill, you're going to call Brandon, pull the trigger on the mastermind. Woo, Bill,
Yeah.
I can't wait to connect with you. It's time. You guys don't wait. Don't wait. Because of what I've been through in my journey at the age of 23, when I had it all, I had 2 baby boys, I lost control of my life and destiny. Don't wait. We don't know what tomorrow brings.
Hmm.
And so now is the time more than it ever has been to step
Absolutely.
up
Let's right
and make
now.
this happen.
And
Yeah, Bill
guys,
says our negative world needs our solution. Bill, I love it. You guys, what I want to tell you guys, what's so exciting is as we're getting out there more, as we're just no fear. We're just getting out there. We do the same thing with you guys. But I just presented was again at they approached us. It's so awesome. They're hearing about what we're doing and they had a strategic philanthropy global summit. And they asked us to again be the main presenter with Kiva.org. Kiva just did 1 million microloans. Kiva is amazing. And we got to be part of that day. And the presenters, the folks that put this on, are from the UK and from Canada. Tom has taken several companies public. His mission for his business is to do good while making money. He teaches for-profit businesses how to partner with nonprofits. You see some synergy there that we're working on? And he always has given, always. He knows the more you give, the more you get back, the reciprocation. So he knows you can donate planes and trains and cars and boats and he even would donate shares and stocks from his companies. That's what he donated to the nonprofits. When we start talking about the real estate, it's like brilliant. This is brilliant. You know, I think I'm one of the big experts around the world. You know, we give shares. We give our shares to our business when we go public to nonprofits. But real estate, that wasn't in their mindset. So as we're getting out there more, as we're meeting with the leaders and folks around the world, we want to bring you guys and do the same thing. Our tribe is growing. We've gone from a few thousand to a few tens of thousands, 100,000 now. And so we're able to bring you exposure, heighten you. And so one of our students was getting ready to do a Facebook Live because they just got tax exempt, man. They're out there spreading the word. They're going, because their for-profit is a multi-million-dollar company and they know how to do the marketing. Now they're taking that same aspect in their nonprofit. So guess what? We can then bring it out to our tribe and say, hey, follow him on Facebook Live at tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Or you guys, bringing our mastermind students on. What we're doing is bringing awareness, raising the visibility of your nonprofit, of what you're doing out in the world. We're getting folks to contribute funds, not just the real estate, but say, I want to be a part of Lisa's. I want to be a part of what Bill's doing. I want to be a part of Marianne. And then we can bring them together. So you guys helping each other, bringing each other to new heights. And the biggest thing of all is empowering folks in this world, empowering folks in this country to take control of their life and destiny. And Bill, when you said the government is failing us, I'm going to bring it full circle because this has been my world 35 years. We're the government. We can no longer sit back and complain about things. We need to be meeting with our state legislators. At the Office Depot Foundation, powerful group of women. I mean, business leaders, entrepreneurs, can't believe, leading nonprofits. And at the very beginning, I said, how many of you have connected with your state legislators? And out of 500 or whatever there, maybe 5 hands came up. We're the government. We elect and we pay taxes. So we hire legislators and we pay their salary. Our voice, our nonprofit, we need to step forward, call that legislator, sit down with coffee. They're folks just like us. When folks go, how do we contact them? Look on the website, find out what their passions are, how many kids they have, what their hobbies are. I mean, we have it all in front of us on the internet, and get with them and build that connection. Why are so many people in prison? Why is our 80% prison recidivism rate? Why? Start asking questions. If that's what your nonprofit is doing, have them open doors. We had a live training, and I did this talk. State legislators, not Congress, not people in DC, state legislators that represent your area. So you're the constituent. Get rid of that noise and myth about a bunch of crooked politicians, because a majority of the folks are there to serve. They're public servants. They want to help the community they're from. They want to have that Boys and Girls Club. They want to have that senior center. They want to have that nonprofit that's redirecting funding, getting people out of nursing homes, letting them live at home, reducing that deficit Medicaid, and giving people back their lives, right? And as I was sharing that 35 years, they're my number one advocates, number one banner waivers. They brought funding into my nonprofit. They had my back every time. As you're an advocate, not always appreciated by the lobbyists and some of the folks that you're threatening their paradigm. Your legislators, they're there. They believe in you. They see what you're doing. Marianne in Chicago with people that are homeless, looking at what it's costing, that drain and that homeless shelter and the services versus empowering them to be part of the American dream again, to give them resources. Legislators are dealing with state budgets. There's deficits. And you come to them with a solution that makes sense. Our broken systems, our broken world. So as I sharing all this, right before lunch, this gentleman stands up. Derek, remember this? Mm-hmm. And he stands up and he goes, I'm a state assemblyman here in California. I'm like, uh-oh, let's see what. And he said, I'm going to second, amen, and reinforce everything that Sherry's been saying. I've spent 12 years building relationships with HUD, with the Pentagon, with, knowing they love the Washington Redskins, so taking a jersey in and building that relationship to where now I can open doors. I can bring resources, and none of my constituents ever come to me. No. And I have access to funding from the different state agencies. I know where it is. I know how I could help them. Nobody ever comes to me. So I'm going to get off of that soapbox. But you guys, the real estate revenue leads us into that diversified funding. There's so many streams of funding for nonprofits that are not available for for-profits. So now's the time. Call our number, go to a nonprofit web class. We're building an incredible movement and funding it with real estate, working with state legislators to change systems that are broken, that empowers people, not disempowers them, not makes them dependent on systems. We're bringing solutions forward. We're breaking that cycle. When you talk about wanting to break the cycle of poverty or break the cycle of people in prison, gotta get in and bring solutions. We're doing programs right now. We're working with kids whose parents are in prison. If you're going to break the cycle, bring your entrepreneurial solutions forward, housed in a nonprofit, because the nonprofit is the one that can access funds. So, Derek, this is the most exciting time I've ever felt with the business and the people showing up in our lives, and all of you guys with us today. You know, keep that message going, keep that purpose going, keep involved with us, stay connected with us. We've got the mastermind calls, we've got the nonprofit university, we do webinars and Q&As, and doing Purpose Fridays, and I do Facebook Lives, and Derek does, and there's no excuse. There's no excuse why everybody on with us today shouldn't be out there making the kind of difference and living a beautiful, fulfilled life. I've spent 35 years living a very financially fruitful life working in the nonprofit. So you don't have to wait till you make a lot of money in the for-profit. You don't have to wait until you can financially do it. Build your career in the nonprofit, pay yourself a salary, pay your team, and let's get this going.
All right. You heard the lady. You received your orders, you guys. And just a couple on that, on following us, nonprofitwebclass.com. Got some great stuff, great resources, free web class, everything nonprofit. She just mentioned, Mom mentioned on the real estate revenue. We have almost 4 hours of content about the whole real estate revenue in the program. Go to nonprofitwebclass.com/mastermind. 4 hours, there are nearly 4 hours of stuff right there. More about our Purpose Pioneers and our mastermind as well. Check us out. And lastly, before we go, it's just great to be back with you guys on Fridays. It's so great. We know you, as you can tell, you got a little inkling there of how crazy and busy it's been, but amazing things are happening. So now we have the opportunity to connect with you guys every Friday, talk about the goings-ons, what's happening out there, what the amazing things that we're doing, amazing people we're meeting with, our incredible mastermind students. We'll be bringing them on. So you can, stay registered right here every Friday, same time, same place. We also live stream these on social media. This is kind of weird. You're seeing like probably a triple version of me, and it looks really weird. This is a live stream on our Facebook, so follow us. Make sure you're following us at The Power of Purpose on Facebook. Also our YouTube channel, The Power of Purpose on YouTube, you guys, because so much more is coming on our social media channels. We have all this integrated in, lots of video, lots of great content, lots of updates, lots of success stories and testimonials, and just you name it. We're going to be coming at you guys big on the video front here pretty soon. So we look forward to joining you on Fridays for Purpose Happy Hour.
Now, Derek, several people are asking if it's recorded, that can they go to Facebook Live? You know me and technology. I better ask you that question.
Yes, on both fronts, you guys. So if you go to our like page, okay, The Power of Purpose, you will see our videos. So you know what? Before we go, just so I'll make it super easy, okay? And also, it'll also be up on our YouTube channel. We're going to put all these up on YouTube, so you have access to all of them there. And then in addition to that, with Facebook, you just go to our like page. There's a section where it says videos, and they're all archived right there. We have it set up where you guys can see it right there under archives. And you guys feel free and share those. Like I said, people with our mastermind students, we're bringing them on, right? We're bringing on our mastermind students. We're going to be interviewing them, talking about their nonprofits. So guess what? We're creating video content by doing that. They can share that with their supporters, with their community leaders, with potential funders, right? So that's why it's really important for you guys to be able to share this and get this out there. So again, if I just type in The Power of Purpose up here on search, it comes up right here, right? You go to The Power of Purpose. You'll see that we're going live stream right now, right? Pretty cool. But in that, you see where it says videos. Over here, you go to videos. And everything we do, there's where we're live there. That's our live one right now. And then here's all of them archived. And you see the one up here in the top left, it says now live. right? And then here's a bunch of other Facebook Lives that we do. So all these videos we do, and we now have it integrated to come into Facebook and broadcast live from there. So you can join us from your mobile device through Facebook. You can watch our videos while you're on the phone. And it also captures and stores it. So all of these will be archived on Facebook. So really follow us closely on Facebook. There's a lot of stuff going to be coming at you. Okay, you guys. Well, I know we ran a little long for Purpose Happy Hour, which we always do. Thanks for hanging with us. It's just so glad to be back. It's so glad to connect with you guys. So incredibly proud to have our mastermind people on and our purpose.
I know it.
It just shows you again their dedication, right? They're always tuning in, following. They're going to be a big part of this too, these Purpose Fridays. So keep your eyes out for them. They're doing amazing things. So all of you that are on that we mentioned before, just amazing that you're on. It just really shows your dedication and always wanting to learn and grow. And that's why we're here, to help you guys learn and grow.
And if I missed somebody for a shout out, sorry, you guys. You know, technology, I can't get all of the names on mine. So you know who you are. We love every one of you. The mastermind was, just lit us up big time.
It was. Well, thank you guys so much. It's going to be kind of fun because this time next week, I'll be on the road. I'm going to be canvassing the southeastern part of the country. Going to be meeting up with some of our Purpose Pioneers. Going to be having them on video too. It'll be a lot of fun. So come back and join us on Fridays for our Purpose Happy Hour. And it's great to be back.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. Awesome. It was great seeing you guys, all of you on here with us. And together, we're going to bring incredible change to this world.
All right, we'll see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful 4th of July. We'll see you next Friday.
Yeah.